Welcome to the Abundant Accountant Podcast. This is where accounting professionals just like you learn all the ways to grow their firm, sharpen their skills, and have consistent increasing sales. I cover topics such as detaching from the emotional side of the sale, having paradigm shifts in the most important part of your business, which is the nucleus of your accounting firm, sales, and how to see an objection really as an asset and stop giving away your time for free for those that don't deserve it. So you can actually get paid your value and your worth and grow your top line revenue. You'll learn tips, sales strategies, as well as hear from personal interviews from successful accounting professionals. This podcast will show you exactly the blueprint on how to create the firm and life of your dreams full of abundance. Welcome to the Abundant Accountant Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, my partner in crime, Denise Mandeau, and we are talking about the 3 reasons why tax season is the best time to overhaul your firm and increase your fees, either in the beginning, middle, or towards the end of tax season. It doesn't matter. You can make these changes now. So now let's dive into today's episode. And for those of you that are fed up with your approach and ready to learn a new way, make sure to stay to the end so you can hear our special offer. Welcome, Denise, to the show. So welcome, Denise. And if you don't know Denise, why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Hello, everyone. Denise Mandeau from New Jersey here. I am Michelle's partner in crime.
Yes.
When it comes to working with all of our abundant accountants. And I have been an entrepreneur since I was 20 and a financial advisor for 22 years. Been doing enrollment conversations and helping people sell more. In fact, I just did a check, Michelle. I've sold over $18 million.
Wow.
In programs, brought $18 million of revenue in. Helping other people in the last 5 years. So pretty fun.
Yeah, that's incredible. 18 million, that's not too shabby. So like I said, Denise and I will ruffle a few feathers today. And you might have read an email from me on this topic in the past. So we're going to talk about that email today. So Denise, what do you think the number one reason is why tax season, be it in the beginning, middle, or even closing to an end, is the best time to change the old habits, to overhaul your firm and increase your fees that you've been putting on the back burner for so long because someone listening might be terrified, completely like, Michelle, there's no way, I can't afford to lose any clients. I need them all, but yet I'm sick of grinding 14, 18 hours a day, which you might be doing right now as you're listening to this. Sipping your late night coffee just to stay awake.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this many times with our students and over the years, right, Michelle, that
Yes.
We've had this has been a conversation that we've had with so many. And the number one reason why now's the best time is because you're meeting with your clients. You're meeting with them. Some of them, this is the only time you actually meet with them during the year. And so this is the very best time to sit down with them, get to know them, find out what their real problems are, so you can charge your value, your real value, not what you think they can afford, right? And increase your revenue and stop being a commodity.
Yeah, and I think also not only that, this is the best time because you get to see everyone, so that means you can practice a new conversation that maybe you haven't had before and get the repetitions in. Some of you might have listened to the episode we did with Chris Voss a while ago, and he always talks about your reps. And in order to change some old habits, we have to change them by doing something new. However, the something new, we need a lot of repetitions in order to get our reps in and try to do something different, implement it, and see the success and the change. And I know a lot of you are probably extremely frustrated. You lose motivation. And then at the end of tax season, if you don't do anything, you don't make a change today or in the next couple weeks or in the month, then you actually start to resent your clients and you resent the work that you're doing, because some of you might realize that you're not much differently priced than some of those franchise firms. And I won't mention any names here, but you know what we're talking about, because Denise and I have worked with over 100 accounting firm owners over the last few years. So we've heard it from every single person. And, Denise, before we dive into another reason why, I want to share with you, Kevin, one of our students, sent me his stats about what he did to increase his fees right now during tax season in this moment. Okay. So this is the results of what happened. He has about 258 people that he does 1040 individual returns, plus all his business clients as well. He increased his fees, and these are the results that I want to share with you that his clients said to him. Okay, because they're outraged. He was shocked. He was thinking that he was going to lose half his clients. He hasn't lost anybody yet, by the way.
And he was terrified.
He was terrified. He couldn't sleep. He even said, he put it here. He said, I was anxious about sending the email with my new fees. I sat on it for about 3 days before sending it out. And I really thought I was going to lose half or more of my clients. And was that worth the risk? So that is what his thoughts were before sending the letter. He's only had one negative response from 258 people. So let me share some of the great responses so you can see how Kevin is clearly appreciated by his clients. He said, or his clients told him, you are more than worth it. You do amazing work, and we feel so fortunate to be one of your customers. They said, thanks for the heads up. It's understandable that you need to increase the fee. It's worth it, and for excellent service that you provide. But you still owe me a beer. That's a good one. Hey, I'm staying with you. I'm not going anywhere. You are worth every penny. I hope all is well. You are the man. No way am I going anywhere else. You are worth every penny and minute spent. Your knowledge, expertise, kindness keeps me secure and confident that you are doing the absolute best for me. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate you. Ooh, that's a nice one. Another one, inflation, baby. I'm staying with you, Kevin. Hope things are well. See, people know what's going on in the world. You're noted. Thank you for the efforts. We look forward to working with you again this tax season. And like I said, he got one negative response. But here's the thing. As all of his appointments are pouring in, he started to dive in on the work, just like you are all doing probably right now as you're listening to this. He said now he has some thoughts that he should have raised his fees higher. That's what he wrote. I should have raised them higher. It's a wake-up call to know that sometimes your clients value you more than you value yourself. And I remember, Denise, because we have these little sticky notes that we give out at live events. And I can't remember what it says word for word, but it's something along the lines of that. It's like if you don't value your time, then someone else will put a value to your time for you.
So true.
Right?
So true. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I had to share the results of Kevin. I have emailed all of our other students who have done this exercise to get the results to share. Yep, they sat on their emails and letters and organizers and other things. Some of them are just doing it as the client contacts them. And there is something that you can do in the moment right now. But I get it's probably overwhelming, daunting to think, Michelle, you want me to make a change during tax season? I'm already working 14 to 18 hours a day. How is that even possible? I don't see a way to that. And I get it, because a lot of other people didn't see a way to that either. So, Denise, how about you share with us another reason, going back to the actual title of today's topic, which is the 3 reasons why tax season is the best time to overhaul your firm. So we shared reason 1. You're going to get to see everybody right now, because this is probably the only time that you see a lot of these clients. The second reason I mentioned is that you're leaving a ton of money on the table, thousands of dollars, and you're probably sick of feeling underpaid and undervalued. Now, Kevin got to see the other side, how appreciative his clients are for him. So that would be another reason why. And Denise, what do you think another one would be?
Another reason would be that you have the opportunity to actually make more money and work less now, because the ones that don't want to pay you your value, guess what? You don't have to see them this tax season.
I know. You could get rid of your PITA clients in honor of yourself and not wait around for them just to, contact you on the last day. It's like, who knows if the deadline will be April 15th this year. They might extend it again, right? You never know. But let's say it's April 14th and they're like, Denise, I have all my stuff and I've been out of town. I was sick. I had COVID, all these things, but I need this done by tomorrow. What a great reason to say, actually, you're full for the year and maybe one of the franchise firms can take care of you because you decided to come the day before and I no longer do that. Yeah. This is an opportunity for you to make these shifts in your firm today. It is possible. And
without guilt, guilt of turning people away, because we hear that all the time. Oh, well, they really need my help. I feel guilt. Well, if they needed your help so bad, then they would have valued your time and they would have brought you their things in a timely manner.
Yeah, just like our sticky notes said. Our sticky notes say, if you don't value your time, put up some boundaries, expectations, then no one else will. So if I were that person that contacted you on the 14th, here is the wording I would say. If you have a pen and paper, you might want to jot this down. I can appreciate that you need your taxes done, and I understand that the deadline to file is tomorrow. However, we've sent you an email. We've increased our fees. We sent you an email about that. We sent you an organizer, and you chose to wait until the day before. And unfortunately, we've made a bunch of changes in our firm this year, and we can no longer help you. However, there's a few franchise firms out there that you can find in your local area, and we wish you nothing but the best. How great would that feel to say to a client that you used to, desperately need, want to help, bend over backwards just for a couple $100 at the last minute and then pull an all-nighter? I know there's some of you that pull all-nighters on April 14th. I've been told. Yeah. You have coffee, you have a lot of liquids, other things, snacks, and then on the 15th, it's like, you can barely breathe. It's like someone just walked all over you and your bones are shattered and you can barely get up. Yeah, you don't have to do that anymore. So that's why.
We teach our students other ways to actually turn that into a massive opportunity, right? Which you don't find out until you come and sign up for class. But
of course. But we want to make sure that this is possible. And that's the point of this conversation, is to share with you that it is possible. If you're
even our last class, right, Michelle, Jerry Wallace.
Oh yeah,
right?
Jerry.
She saw a massive opportunity, and we helped her design, what to say and all that, and she already is putting it into effect immediately, and has already, has already doubled the fee of what she would have charged, and the person, she was blown away. They didn't even blink an eye.
She even told us in class, oh, you're right, we could have done higher. I'm like, yeah. But I understand it takes some steps to gain the confidence in order to do that. But, if you're sick and tired of the daily financial roller coaster, grinding the 14 hours to 18 hours, some guy today earlier told me sometimes 20. I was like, 4 hours of sleep? How do you even do good work for your clients at that little sleep? I wouldn't be able to even open this eye open. I'd be walking around, one eye open. I would need binoculars at that point to even see any numbers. But if you want to end this vicious tax season cycle of pleasing clients, losing sleep, feeling exhausted, powerless, depleted, burnt out, then it's time to make a change now and not keep dilly-dallying and waiting until there's a good time or when things free up. Because what I've learned in this industry is there's always a new deadline. The deadlines don't go away. Yes, they might get shifted a little bit, but I think it's really for you to think about what is it that you want to create in your firm this year? How do you want to make a change to shift the old patterns that you've been doing to try something new and get those repetitions in to see success like Jerry saw or Kevin or the other people we've worked with?
Yeah, Lynn and Jack.
Oh, yeah, example. Lynn and Jack. I have not gotten their results yet. Lynn promised me them by the end of the week. So I will include Lynn's stats in her next email. And she told us in class about a week or two ago that she could have even increased her fees anymore. But this is the prime opportunity to start firing clients or letting them go if they suck the life and energy out of you or pretend that everything's an emergency. If you think about it, and Denise, I don't know if you want to chime in on this, but if you have to go to the real ER, if you look at your insurance card, and this is just to show you some basic math, typically your regular doctor visit copay is $45, $40 to $45 on average. Well, when you go to the ER, it's like $325 or $350, something.
I think it's like 500 on mine.
Oh, is it 500? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you take a look at so how much percentage increase is that for an emergency? Let's say it's 45 and yours is 500.
It's almost 1,000%.
It's almost 1,000%. Is that right?
That's crazy. Yeah.
But how come, and Denise, maybe you can chime in, how come with all of the firm owners we've worked with, until they're done working with us prior, think that if the client comes on the day before, we can still charge the regular general copay, whatever you were doing for your basic 1040 or your business return or whatever it is, for the people that procrastinate, do things at the last minute, don't respect or value your time, but yet you still will provide that kind of service at the same low rate. But in the world of medicine, I like to think about the doctor, it's an emergency. So unless it's life-threatening, which if it were for a tax return, they could have done that 2-3 months in advance because that's when you sent notices out and let people know, hey, this is when we need it back. Anything you want to say on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's spot on that what I'm saying is no more. Give them the X, the buzzer, right? That it's time to stop allowing people, to train you. You got to start training them to respond the way that you want, which is no last minute Lucy's. And for the last minute, right? That you gotta, they're gonna have to pay more.
Yeah, and that's okay. And you'd be surprised how many people would pay it. It's just the problem is you don't ask for it.
Yeah, because you're afraid that they're going to leave. Well, maybe you don't want them as clients anyway, because this is how it is every year. And really, honestly, the reason also this is the best time for you to do this is so that you don't get burned out.
Yeah.
You don't get exhausted. How many more years do you want to keep doing that?
Well, from everyone I've spoke to, they're sick of it, which is why we decided today to talk about this exact topic, because I'm sick of hearing about it, but I'm willing to help. We are willing to help change it. That is for sure. We are willing to help change it, so know that we are here for that support. Are there any other bonus reasons, Denise, as to why now is the time to overhaul your firm? Because I know we gave you 3, but maybe there's another one in your head that you're like, oh, this could be a good one too.
Can't think of anything right now.
No? Okay.
No. I mean, it's always just like, if not now, when? Right?
That's true. You're not guaranteed it tomorrow. I can promise you that.
No. And, like, this is the time when your families get impacted the most too. And wouldn't it be nice to have it go a different way for once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, for those of you that are like, all right, Michelle and Denise, how do I do it? Well, if you are completely feeling a little underpaid, you're a little resentful about your clients, and you have no time for extra fun like arts and crafts or the gentleman I spoke to today, going golfing, and you want to get paid more because you know you deserve it, and you want to increase your fees, but you need some support in the behind your mind on how to do it, what to say, how to have them engage with you at those higher fees, because you know you've been lying to yourself about making these changes every single year after tax season. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm done lying to myself. I'm going to make the change now. Then you can all head on over to theabundantcall.com to book a call with Denise and I. And on that call, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about where your firm is right now and what's been keeping you stuck from making these changes, especially the ones about price, because that's our topic for today. We're also going to talk about how you can get paid first and upfront, create packages, and do other things than do hourly billing or work for under $200 for a 1040. And we're also going to talk about some of the next best steps you can take to double your firm revenue if that sounds like a good idea to you. Because we work with a lot of people who want to double their revenue or at least increase it by over 50 or 200% to 300%. We've even had some people quadruple their base fees. So it is possible. But, there is a little catch to it. It's not for everybody. So here are a few things that I want to make sure that you know you are before you book a call. You must have a firm that also offers high-value services. We will take care of the low-hanging fruit. But the bigger vision is on the tax planning, consulting, tax resolution. If you're a tax attorney, a CPA, EA, you must own your own firm, or you can be in a corporate job with a side hustle, but you better want to quit your job. That's mandatory. And you must take complete responsibility for your success. That's very important too, because you should not be looking for permission from anyone else to upgrade your firm or upgrade your skill set. And the last requirement is that you're completely fed up with the way you've been doing it. That's our request. So if that's you, then head on over to theabundantcall.com. Denise and I look forward to connecting with you, talking to you, mapping out a plan, and executing on that plan. So once again, theabundantcall.com. And we look forward to talking to you. So thank you all for joining us. And if there's anything that you can do, it's put whatever we shared today into practice. And if anyone comes to you on April 14th, you can just share with them what you wrote down in your notes. So we'll see you in the next episode.